Holy mackerel. No words can describe how amazing this is right now.
You see to the left of those dry cars down there here?
The dry goods?
I'd say they got kicked, but they're humping down here.
Where are you looking?
Between, I know there's 8 million dry cars.
Let me get my binoculars out.
Kind of, yeah, they're slowly rolling in. Yeah, binoculars. That's the problem, your eyeballs and my eyeballs just see whatever they want to. If you look, you see those blue and white tanks. If you look up, there's cars getting humped in front of them.
Blue and white tanks.
Kind of out there a little bit. Behind the cars.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then I can see the tower back there.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, I see exactly where you're talking.
Yeah. Figured eventually I'd get you pointed in the right direction.
Let me see if I can get focused. Let me see if I can get a shot out there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I see exactly where you're looking. Yeah, I got the camera trained on that exact spot.
That coal train doesn't seem to want to end.
Yeah, those coal trains, they go on for miles.
They're doubling them up now. I don't know for sure where that's one. I'm guessing it goes to a coal plant in Wisconsin.
Gotcha.
They have 135 cars. Yes, before they asked for a contract size of 135 cars per train.
Yeah.
Now they're doubling them up. So if this is the one going to Wisconsin, 270 cars long plus locomotive front,
Both sides of the tracks, and he used to cut it close, and the number of times he missed.
Oh, there's the distributed power in the middle.
For school and was tardy because he had to wait for the coal trains to go by.
Yeah, you can see the 2 distributed power engines in the middle.
Yep. Is it 2 or 3? That's 3 of them, mister.
No, it's only 2 in the center.
Oh, is it 2? Okay.
I can tell from my range.
Alrighty. You got the telescoper.
Oh no, it is 3. You're right.
No. Even with one good eye.
Where are they? There they are. Yep, and they're out.
So we go visit a lot of the John Deere plants out in Iowa, and we find the guys that we talk to who kind of answer questions, spend their life in the factory, and then they volunteer in the factory as a
Tour guide.
Can't tell you how much we
one of the
appreciate
coolest trains, well, I don't know. One of the coolest trains I've ever seen is, I wish I could remember the tractor number, like a 4420, I don't remember.
Yeah.
But the whole train, there was 120 cars on that beast, and there was double tractors on sheet flat.
Yeah.
Then they had a string of flat cars with tires, double tractors.
Wow.
There's a whole train that's been John Deere.
That's, it's not our day job. We could hear it in our hotel room last night.
Okay, I know it's someplace here in the yard, but who are you picking up?
Do you know who we're picking up?
So I'm on channel 160680, and I have a table. I got a table on my phone. Tells us. Let me look. Let me just get this trained on something while it's recording. So we're currently picking up on the radio frequencies, radio listings, 160680. We are currently listening to the Terminal Train Dispatcher and the Platte River to Hinman Run. Those are the 2 channels that we're listening to right now.
Terminal Train Dispatcher, well, that's the guy that throws all the remote switches, and he's in Omaha.
Oh.
Wow.
So does he actually have a visual through a camera, or is it just diagnostics that come through?
They have screens up with track layouts.
So they can see.
It used to be the Terminal Train Dispatcher was right here in this flat top building, but about,
Remember you guys in the Duke 6?
I don't know, 2 years ago they took that person out.
West into the
Put
rock.
him in Omaha.
Manifesto.
Threw him up to headquarters.
In the Harriman, yeah.
That's out there.
Ooh, I see a lash up moving way out there.
See this one coming by?
I'm currently trained on a lash up set.
Oh, I see it.
Sitting way out there.
Yeah, in front of the racks.
Yep. Currently got the camera trained on them and I'm watching them.
I guess you can only watch one thing at a time, and there's 10 going on.
Even though there's like 25 different things happening at one time, it's hard. I can only keep track of one. And then of course after we're done up here for a little bit, we'll go down to the lower level and get some outdoor shots.
One coming off the rack, I'm gonna guess it is some kind of rail train just because of the color of the car.
Maybe, probably a continuous welded rail maybe. This is unbelievable.
It's a lot of fun. This is what we were hoping for, is a sunny day.
Sunny day and lots of action.
There's always moving.
Yep, yeah, I'm trained in as close as
24/7.
I'm trained in as close as I can get right now.
The only time it will stick.
Let's see.
They've fought with
There they are.
employees for years. About the only time they'll really slow this place down is Christmas Eve. The rest of it, screw them, let's go work.
Oh yeah, that's that train out there with the green freight cars. That's a empty CWR train. It looks like
Oh,
continuous welded rail.
well,
So they haul all the track on that, and 1,400 feet. It's 1,400 foot segments,
Big
from
segment.
what I've learned.
That seems more than a segment.
Yeah,
Seems like a whole enchilada.
no kidding. They can haul They can haul all kinds of stuff.
Can go by.
you do know that all the switch engines are remote.
Yep.
The Denver's North Yard, it's a fraction of this. It's probably 20, 25.
Go ahead.
But we won't.
22, ready to come off.
And they're all remote there.
Generally,
Okay.
there are one or two that
You'll
have guys inside.
It's mostly remote operation with those trains, though.
ETD, come in.
And it's right next to the UNSF.
22. Come off the extension to 2 and go to the ball.
Right up on the street.
Oh yeah, that's a loaded rail train. Yep, that's a loaded rail train out there. And do you see how there's the two like grain cars on that? What looks like copper cars on the head of that train. Those are the buffer cars. So if they have to do an emergency stop, the rail doesn't shift forward and go through and end up skewering the locomotives.
It's like a 2-car headache rack.
Pretty much. That's exactly what it is. Man, there's all kinds of stuff going on out here. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, this is what we were thinking would happen.
This was
North 5TD to the UP 640. It's quite the system, but you're going to have to bear with me.
wow. This
They
is
don't have to stop when they come through here, or they're through tracks where they can just get in and go straight through the yard.
Everything's up. Crew change, well, one of the major reasons is crew change.
Makes sense.
So they come in, let's say they're coming in from the west, they'll either come in from South Morrill or Cheyenne. And that crew will get off and they'll put on a new one.
wow. Yeah, that rail train's got 3 stacks of rail at 1,400 feet, and that's probably 8 to 9 rails wide per. It's probably about 10 rails wide per train car. So that's 10. That's about 30 sets of rails on that train alone. Each rail at 1,440 feet. So
Long. How you take a corner here?
the rails are just, due to the way the rails are made, they'll just flex.
See there, right? Yeah.
You have a lot, you can go ahead and take
See
it.
it here?
Yep, I'm tracking them.
Gotcha. It's not something we see at home too long.
Nope.
It's going downhill. Thanks, anyways.
Yeah, he's got like a little, looks like a crane
They're over.
coupler.
This happened about 2 weeks ago.
On the front. Oh, now the rail train's going backwards.
There was 45, I think, stacked up in a pile.
Jeez Louise, Harry, come take a look at this when you get there.
All right, just a minute.
2538 West
Train's
Road.
falling over.
Perfect. wondering why I wasn't hearing anything on my radio, but I realized it was off.
It's hard to hear things.
Yeah, alright. It's weird, if I barely touch the tripod, the camera shakes like crazy because of the way how far it zoomed in. I just have to like barely touch the tripod to get it to move.
Yeah. Is that new one?
Yeah, the new tripod head. I knew better than to use the monopod for this.
Yeah, I mean, right here.
Yeah, this is where the tripod really comes in handy. And I'm currently tracking 2 diesel locomotives that look like they're heading for the fuel shed. Well, fuel rack, it looks like. I'm not sure. Let me take a look out this window to see if I can see anything better. Oh yeah, they're heading for the fuel stand, it looks like.
You can tell you got glasses. What's that green locomotive down there? You see the initials on it?
Are you talking about the green one with the white stripe?
Yeah.
I can't really tell.
I don't remember green. I can't put letters.
I don't know. Someone blow their horn. I'm trying to. I don't know who that. Yep, I see him. Camera trained on him.
No, go ahead. Alright, we just noticed that. Tack on the one.
There's a flash up your left shoulder.
Yep, I'm watching an auto rack about to be pushed. About to be cut loose.
TTD coming over. Just figured you get over. 6553 east. We need to take light power, the extension to get over to our train there on departure 1 over there.
There he goes.
What's your TCS number?
Couple of them.
Three cut.
Yep, cut the third one loose.
216.
Yep, here comes some more up the hill.
I'll give you signals there. Zero's coming down. Figure the departure lead is all yours. Okay, signal departure lead is all ours. Thank you.
This is unbelievable.
It sure is.
2596.
Yeah, I'm just watching an auto rack climb the hill. I'm watching a batch of auto racks climb up to the top.
Yep.
Do you know there's devices over there to control the speed?
Yeah, the retarders.
Yeah.
Hey, isn't it that it's based on the weight of the car? It can tell the weight and how fast it needs to, and it'll regulate the amount of brake pressure.
All the above.
Pretty much, yeah. So no matter if the car weighs 6 tons or 60 tons, it'll go at the same speed no matter what. Wow. I'm just watching them just slice them they just cut them one at a time and down they go.
Pretty cool.
You don't have to go too far. I can get you signals out of 90 or 89. That 89 and 90 has their own little
It's
control
awesome
point there,
listening
so
to the
you don't have to
radio.
pass that one
I
signal.
love that.
Super fun, dude.
Yeah, they just cut that one. I keep missing it on the recording when they cut them. I want to watch it I want to watch them cut the car loose, and then I'm doing something else.
There's a train coming in from that side and one from the left side. They're both coming. I mean, obviously much different tracks, but they're just everywhere here.
Yeah. I'm gonna watch him cut this one loose. There he goes.
It's kind of like a roller coaster. You get to the top of the hill.
Yeah, more or less.
Power transfer. Watch for maintenance away out there on the lead. Acknowledge him, please. Power transfer, watch out.
There they go.
Go right by the 5 switch.
Oh, yeah, we see them.
This is just nuts on many levels.
Yeah. You see a little tractor pushing 2 more cars now. You see the tower just to the left of the top of that tiny little tower. You see 2 white cars getting pushed by that.
Oh yeah, now I do.
Brakes is on the rear of the train. That's the left.
Hard to describe.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait till they cut this.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, I get it.
Let's bring you guys up to belt track 284 west end and talk to me.
Then down below, coming in from your right, is the latch up.
Oh, from my right. I couldn't. I was confused for a second. Yeah, he'll probably go across the bottom of the screen. I see a work truck going by across the bottom of my screen. There they go, they just kicked them down.
Yep.
And there's the lash upset. Oh, that locomotive pushing the cars over, that locomotive set, that's a SD40 with a slug on the back. He's got a slug unit on him.
They're both SD40-2s.
Really?
Yep.
Can you still consider it the same engine even if it's one of the... Oh.
Maybe
All they
it's,
did on that one, I think that was one of the, I think they got 4 of them on the system,
Yeah?
but they pulled the motor out, filled it with concrete.
Yeah, it looks like they're cutting up an auto wreck train right now.
yeah.
That just must have been straight up terrifying with a carload of rail carload of Teslas catching fire.
Yeah.
That's got to be terrifying.
That's why they don't let you put your battery in the storage compartment of the airline.
Yeah,
See coming from your left side down below,
where are you looking?
just over there.
Yeah, this won't be the only time we come to this yard. We'll probably be here
Yeah.
a lot.
We don't have to make it an overnight trip on our next time. We can just zip up in the morning and come home at night.
Yeah. Might turn into like a once a month kind of thing. Pushing them back.
Ouch.
Yep, I can see that inbounder. And there's another one.
Shocking.
Yeah, I can see that mixed freight out there.
Yep.
It's a short one.
Calling that TD over.
I figure probably be here for a while. There he is. I'm watching him.
Something different to see.
Yep. I'm just watching him push it. He's pushing a refrigerated high cube and a covered hopper.
Here. What is your unit number? I gotta add it in here.
Maybe that hopper's full of Jolly Ranchers.
Maybe Jolly Rancher syrup.
Should be coming across
Maybe
right
the-
here, just,
Maybe that hopper's full of Jolly Rancher. Actually, no, probably Jolly Rancher powder, because that's not a liquid one.
Used to have
Yeah,
Jolly
go-
Rancher before she bought it and shut it down. We'd drive by and water down there and it smelled like watermelon as far as you could see.
Oh my gosh, I can imagine.
It was great.
Yes, that's correct.
I switched a lot of boxcars when I was walking along refrigeration car reefers.
Yep.
Yeah.
I always knew which one had apples in it.
Oh yeah. That's a
For
good
whatever
smell.
reason. You could smell that load of apples.
Yeah.
Must have smelled really good. Just about.
It's smelling pretty good.
594, let's bring you guys up bell track 286.
Trying to keep myself trained on him. Could you take my hat and other glove? Do you think you could try and pull that glove off my hand? Thank you. Because I can't. I need 3 hands for this.
I get you. And we're finally warm.
Yeah, warmed up. Wow. I could watch this all day.
We're gonna.
Yeah,
What do we can?
right. And I've got that spare battery and there's a plug. There's a plug over here in case I need to charge my batteries.
Lots of plugs up here.
Yeah. Although... Actually, that wouldn't work because I left the charger in the hotel room. Never mind.
We can grab it when we're out at lunch.
And I got 2 batteries, so... I still got about 75 minutes on this battery, so... I got tons of time. Each battery, I think, is good for like an hour and a half. Unbelievable.
Just figured you over.
Due to their weight, like snow plows, you can't loose shunt one of those because that would be a disaster. It would be an absolute disaster if that lost control loose in a yard.
What are you filming right now?
That really long batch of train cars that lash up's pulling.
Oh, the one right in front of us.
Yeah. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Back through 5, yeah.
Yeah, I think we're about close.
Right, there's a foreman Rebus out there by the 5 switch. Talk to him about moving across.
There you go.
That's a Kansas City Southern AC 4400 by the looks of it. Being pushed by 2 UPs. It says Kansas City Southern on the black stripe. Darn pole. I'm currently watching a lash upset. Driving down the track.
See it.
Yeah, I'm just watching him slowly. Looks like he's about to grab something. It looks like he just grabbed something. What the hell was that? It scared me half to death. I can never tell what that tone is, but it scares me half to death every time.
Good, over.
There's a lash up on like a fuel right through here.
I'm watching a guy pull an auto rack. You know, anything with the aim I'm on, there's the pole in my way with the window frame. But that's fine.
You can come over here.
I'm fine. I don't want to move.
Plenty to see wherever you are.
I'm looking at the 3 locomotive set that looks like you just pulled out of the fuel stand.
Yeah. Right in front of us.
Yep.
You got the air slip, Sean?
Well, let's bring you guys up the belt. I'll have a rail for you here just shortly, over.
I'm absolutely loving this right now.
That's perfect.
Yeah. This is so fun.
Train's going every which way.
Yep.
I like watching them back that. They bring Straight out of the fuel and throw the switch and bring it back wherever he's going.
Yeah, I don't know where he's heading, but I'm just following him. Looks like he's heading out. Yeah, he's heading out of the fuel area.
Yeah.
I'm currently just following him.
Depot. It's a piece of work. It's a beautiful building. This thing down here we have here was a,
Big stack train coming through.
they put all kinds of money into that when they build it.
Five
Marble this,
locomotives on the
marble
front.
that. They took a
Yep,
rock
we've
wall
got-
out of those at this point.
Short hood, long hood, short hood, short hood, short hood for leading on that one.
Are you feeling the leader? Can I run this powerhouse 8 by you real quick?
Oh, he stopped.
25.
You see those two yellow you see that lashed up set way out there? That's what I'm currently got my thing trained on to watch.
Is it pulling? It's pulling some cars behind it, right?
Yeah, there's a big line of cars behind it.
Yeah.
Tank cars, dry goods,
Getting ready to
couple
throw 'em off
gondolas. I don't know if they're about to throw them off the hump or not. It looks like it. It's hard to tell.
getting them lined up.
This is just,
Pretty amazing.
all I can say is if you love trains, I think Golden Spike Tower is go-to. I already know every single person I know that loves trains. I'm gonna tell them about this place. We've found probably the greatest thing in history right here. I'm loving this. I could seriously sleep if it was allowed, I would sleep here. I could live in this place. If it was
Watch the
possible.
night yard build on.
Oh, that'd be awesome. This is just, you never get tired of it. And if you got tired of watching trains, you might have a problem. May not be your profession if you get tired of watching trains all the time. Oh, I'm loving this. It's the happiest I've been in a long time.
It's a good day.
I'm so happy. Yeah, it's
Nice that they have this enclosed section.
Yeah, that's the great thing.
You don't have to worry about flags standing at attention.
What?
You don't have to worry about the flags that are standing at attention.
Yeah. I noticed when we were on the lookout, that was their flag garden.
Flat, so they come in here, these cuts of stackers like this, and they'll pull in down here, there's a place called the van yard.
Yeah.
They'll set them stackers in there when they come in, and then somebody here in North Platte will sit down and look at them and go, well, this string is gonna go to Long Beach, this string will go to Seattle, because they know where they're going.
Yeah.
So they reschedule them out of North Platte to a destination,
So they come here to find a home.
basically. They know they're going west, so they ship them to North Platte.
Yeah.
Yep. As long as you know where the final destination is.
Get going in the right direction.
When they first started hauling these stackers, oh golly. I'm trying to think what year that was. About 78, I think. Anyway, somebody forgot to measure a bridge in Omaha
Oh no.
in the winter. Like out at my place. Now, I can't tell for sure because the damn things all look alike, but
Right.
I do know, because I've been out there for about 10 years, that they come back, mom and dad come back, and they use those nests again.
Yeah.
But in the early winter, they'll chase their kids away, and they go someplace else.
Gotcha.
Got about 38 minutes left on the battery.
Go ahead.
So,
That's some pretty cool footage.
that's what I want to come for.
Once you work with them
Rail
guys,
days, North
cut it
Platte
out
rail
there,
days.
you
Oh,
know,
yeah.
On the screen.
I got kind of a mess up here.
I'll pay attention for next time.
I saw it. It's fine.
If you are, it sounds like you're coming back this afternoon.
Yeah.
If the guy that follows me, Jack, very knowledgeable man, very knowledgeable. I can sit here and tell you stories all day long, but Jack has facts and figures, so if he comes today, you'll like him.
Yeah, and I've got a lot of info in my head too. I've learned a
You
lot.
guys can share stories and you can learn some more here.
I've learned so much when it comes to trains. If I ever came to like a UP facility and they asked me, do you know how to start up one of these engines? I'd already know because I've driven them in the simulator I have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've taught my dad a few times on the game how to drive some of the locomotives, and sometimes he's able to get it, sometimes it's not. It just takes practice. Retrained on that, so. Just tilt and up by a few millimeters. There we go. We're watching it.
Oh, close to home.
Yeah, I got the camera lined up on him, and it's just recording as he's rolling past.
Oh, the stacker.
Yep.
Look how long it is.
I know, it's going for miles. I'm so happy that we came here today.
Comes a lash up all by itself.
Where are you looking?
Down there.
Still a ways away.
Oh, I know, it's probably gonna pass this lash up that's sitting still.
Alright. Just tilt the camera down.
Yeah, it's just buzzing through the curve here.
What do you think they put in the trains?
There we go.
Coal? Yeah. No, don't.
This is unbelievable.
It really is.
Yeah, you can see the end of the cut that lash up's pulling.
Yep.
Maybe Susan can tell you how to lift that. Hey, what do you need? Don't touch that. Well, let's see. Come here, Maverick. Now. How many trains do you think are out there? Do you know?
Man, this is just nuts. This is absolutely insane. Wow. There's gotta be something. There's gotta be
About 10,000 cars sit in North Platte every day.
10,000 rail cars. That's
So
unbelievable.
cars, okay, Matt, so each one will be a little train car. You see a guy? Oh, I see a guy in the train, see him? Yeah.
288, 5495, rest your car back to the train.
Is he really? Wow. Get out of the way, dude.
Yeah.
But he's not on the track. Okay. With a remote control. Well, yeah, because there's no, well, there is a.
Hey. How you doing?
Good, how are you doing, sir?
Oh, okay, I guess.
Roger, look at the great ones up there.
This is unbelievable.
What'd you say?
Cryotrans.
Work for what?
See that train
Oh.
here that's moving? The guys
Okay.
moving it with a remote. A button, yeah.
20 minutes on the camera.
Cramps.
Crap.
Cramps. Did you get on the
Oh yeah, he's going down the hill.
Clears through. I got this train departing off the new way. You'll follow them out.
Huh. That looks weird. Seeing that it's just the traction motors and it's just full of just a big block of concrete on wheels, basically.
It's like a,
Looks kind of strange.
kind of looks like a convertible with its top down.
Yeah. Kind of does. And I'm down to 9 minutes on this battery. So I'm about out of power.
Straight
So
over.
Matt, tell you about our NASCAR stuff here?
What now? What kind of NASCAR stuff?
Track over.
Out here?
Man, there's probably gonna be about an hour's worth of footage on this for this entire run. Because it's train movements all day long.
Exactly. That's what we came for.
Right.
Came to watch it go. Work in this yard. Is this where you work?
Okay,
so that's why now we're
we're
from
today, goes over the gale over.
I helped finish building this yard. This started in '65.
Okay.
I started in '67.
Yep, and I've got it trained on the other, on the,
Yeah, they keep coming and coming.
yeah. So, the hump out here, that's the,
That's eastbound,
So-
that's westbound.
so east hump, west hump.
So where you see the stacked well, that's just a container on a flat.
Yeah,
That's the main lines. There's three of them.
okay.
The one he's leaving town on was put in 1866.
Wow.
Still on the original dirt.
That's amazing.
Second track was put in 1910 when the HRM double track from Omaha to Ogden.
That's
The
amazing.
original UP. Third track was put in 2007 out here for better access to the
Yeah.
fueling facility.
That's incredible. And there goes the last upset over there. Holy. It's almost like I need two cameras.
You need 4 eyes.
Yeah, no kidding. Holy
A lot of good
moly.
stuff to
This
see
place
here.
is, yeah, 'cause I've got it trained up on the hump just watching them drop cars one at a time.
And this is a slow day.
Is it really?
Yeah, Tuesdays and Wednesdays are the slow days.
Huh.
Because otherwise, everything gets here on the weekend.
Ah.
Because they want to close out on either coast on the weekends.
Uh-huh.
So Tuesday and Wednesdays are slow day.
Oh. Now we know. Come here on the weekends. So this place
So
is...
Saturdays or Sundays are busier?
Oh, yeah. Friday,
Interesting.
Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Interesting.
We might need to schedule a 4-day...
Well, when we come in that August weekend, that'll be the weekend.
We gotta be coming out here during that because this place is probably gonna be hopping.
Yeah.
It's probably there's probably gonna be thousands of employees out there running around like headless chickens almost.
No. It doesn't change anything.
I can imagine.
You get a couple of guys, if they have the bus tours or ride the buses.
Ah,
That's the only difference.
That's
out
it?
here. Yeah.
wow. That's amazing. Yeah, you should see the video I'm getting here,
Oh, I'm watching it out
dropping them.
where they're coming off.
They're just
down at that
dropping,
Y.
yeah, just dropping one car at a time down the hill.
Yeah.
It's amazing that it's able to tell what track it needs to go to.
Nope.
What?
Each car knows where it's gone. It's got the little reader on the side of it,
A tag.
and once they cut it loose and it's free rolling,
Uh-huh.
then the computer picks it up,
Mm-hmm.
reads that, knows if it's a load or an empty,
Mm-hmm.
where it's gone, if the wind's blowing out of which direction, how hard, temperature outside,
Pretty much.
knows the distance from the car in front of it. Then the radar down at the bottom of the hill knows how fast it's gone. So you'll get the original slow down up there on the main retarder.
Yeah.
And then where the 4 highlight towers are,
Yeah.
that's your final retarder. And that'll squeeze it down so they dribble down no faster than 4 miles an hour.
Wow.
So it basically just knows how heavy the car is and
Oh, yeah.
where it needs to go.
Yeah,
so
load empty, the whole 9 yards.
So it reads that tag and it's like, okay, it's this weight, it's going here, it's got this cargo,
Yep.
needs to be at this speed, and then it does it all within like probably a split second,
Yep.
and then done.
Throws the switches.
There you go. That's the amazing thing. I mean, it used to be all human operated, but now the computers do everything.
Yeah.
That's the amazing thing.
That is pretty wild.
That's technology for you.
I'm watching them cut them free up there.
Yeah, I can see.
That's still manual.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there's an easy. I don't know if there's an easy way to automate
They
that.
haven't figured it out yet.
Not yet.
Doesn't mean they're not working on it.
Wouldn't be surprised if you could put like an actuating bar up there that just like reaches in, hits the cut bar, and then retracts between.
Well, what I
cars.
think they need to do is put the little button on the president's desk and the FRA desk and all that. Every 28 seconds,
Yeah,
you can't get up and wander around. You got to sit there and press that button every 28 seconds.
Yeah.
Hey, sit down, pay attention.
Make them see what the hell you're controlling out there.
Yeah. So
I've
they have,
always said you shouldn't be able to sit in the president's office unless you spend some time with the working
Right.
operations.
You're driving for west receiving climb.
Otherwise, you don't know what you're presiding over.
yeah. I can agree to that. I've been recording for the last like 5 minutes on that hill, just dropping cars
Good
one
stuff.
after
It
another.
takes 40 minutes to hump a train.
40 minutes for one train.
Yep, normal.
That seems pretty quick.
That's man. They're turning. It seems like they can turn these trains pretty quick in this place.
Well, the cars normally are here from 8 to 11 hours.
Really? That's it?
We handle between 7 and 15,000 cars a day.
Whoa.
So everything you're looking at, you come back tomorrow at this time,
It's a whole nother.
other than the locomotives, it's all gone and replaced.
That's pretty wild.
It's just like at the yard we go to. It's usually something different every time.
Yeah, you gotta keep it moving.
Yeah, because the railroads can't shut down. If the railroads closed down overnight, the whole country would freeze up.
Well,
Pretty much stop.
if your lights go out, you know the railroad's shut down for a couple of days.
Oh yeah, because no coal going through and then you don't have power. Yeah, and of course this is really the heartbeat of the railroad right in front of us.
Yeah.
If Bailey Yard came to a stop, I'm pretty sure that everyone would feel it instantly.
No.
Not
No,
exactly.
it's 3 days to a week.
Really?
Yeah, because you've got any given time on our 32,000 miles of main line, you got roughly 720 trains out there.
Wow.
So, you know,
Takes a little bit.
once you take a chunk out of the middle,
Uh-huh.
you got all this stuff that's going to filter out for another couple of days.
Ah.
And then it's, oh shit.
And then you're like, oh, wait a minute, we have a problem.
Yeah.
And then you've got some explaining to do and you've got to get it fixed quick. And then everybody's like, we need to fix this. Yeah.
Yeah, we had, what was it, 23 cars down at Gibbon where the main line comes in. Well, the Kansas City main line comes into the main line here.
Mm-hmm.
They dumped 23 double stacks.
Oh, jeez.
Took out all 3 tracks
Oh,
and the
no.
switches.
Oh, God.
And it took them about 36 hours to get the first line open.
Oh,
The gentleman that was here this morning showed us, it may have been that, where they were coming off the top of it. He had a video.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Yeah,
yep,
that was
that's
it.
bad.
Yeah,
That's
that was-
not good.
That was a dusty mess.
No kidding. Man, they were just dropping one car after another off that hill. This is unbelievable.
That's the day job,
They
right?
just keep coming. This is truly something. It's just rail action as far as the eye can see. I mean, this is unbelievable.
Well, it's actually 11 miles long. The yard itself is 8.
Wow. Still can't get my
A
head
mile
around
and a half wide here at the shop.
Yeah.
201 sets of tracks.
Jeez.
In that 8 miles, there's over 400 miles of track, 1,000 switches.
1,000 switches.
300 of them are electric.
That's amazing.
That's a lot of switches. 1,000 switches. They're kicking the cars.
Yeah, flat switching.
Yeah.
That's what we watch.
But you think of the damage because there's nobody slowing the cars down.
Right.
Oh yeah, we hear it.
Here, it's all
It's all
controlled.
controlled. Yeah,
all
it's-
perfect. 'Cause we
It
hear-
definitely is not where we're watching.
'Cause
And it's
we-
probably 20 tracks wide.
Yeah, because we hear them, we'll be standing there, and we'll hear them bang into each other, and it's loud.
Well, usually the first coal cars that are empty,
Yeah.
they make the most noise because
Oh,
they're
yeah.
like a kettle drum.
Yeah, 'cause it's like a
So
big.
the first couple ones off the hill,
Yeah.
when they run into stuff, boom!
And then you hear it from like the other side of the yard. Oh man. Yeah. I'm always wondering how the heck can the coupler boxes and like the coupler assemblies take that kind of abuse?
Have you looked at the one down here on the passenger car?
No, I haven't. No.
You'll see, most of that steel is 1 inch thick. Even though it's hollow, it's 1 inch thick and honeycomb.
Yeah, so it can take that abuse.
Yeah.
I've seen videos of cars where like the couplers, like there was a video I saw where the coupler box on a freight train, it was just ripped right out of a boxcar.
Yep.
The whole thing torn right off. I do think it's smart though if they build these trains basically they build the braking systems at least fail safe, which is a smart thing.
That's why you got the air in it.
Right, because the air pressure is what keeps them released, and then once you lose all that pressure, the system pressure, the
You
pistons.
gotta build it back
spring
up
loaded.
if you lose it by emergency.
Right,
You gotta
and
build up both sides.
it's what is it, 79 psi when the brakes release?
90 and 120.
Ah,
Or 90 and 110. 110 on passenger.
oh, that's interesting because in a game that I play called Train Sim World, where you can drive the big freight trains. What I've looked at when I'm looking at the gauges as I'm working the brakes, I've noticed that actually that does make sense.
If you take off 6 pounds,
Yeah.
that's your initial reduction.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll drop that whole train line 6 pounds. And that basically just gets the shoes up against the wheels.
Yep.
When you take off 10 pounds, then it starts pushing harder.
And then once you lose everything, that's all that pressure.
All at once.
Yeah. And then I've seen it where, from what I've heard is I think there's, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but what I've heard is I think there's 3 ways you can apply the emergency brakes on freight trains, because I've heard that there's the emergency position on the automatic brake, which dumps the brake pipe, and then there's the emergency brake valve in the locomotive.
That's in front of the conductor.
Right. And then there's the end of train device emergency switch.
Yeah, you trip that.
Yeah, because isn't it when you trip the end of train device switch that trips a valve on the
On the rear
Yeah.
engine or caboose.
right or on the end of train device unit on the back,
Right.
and then that just vents the brake pipe to atmosphere.
And that, a lot of times to do that, you want the brakes to set up from the rear end first.
Right. Because if it sets up because if you start applying from the front, all the cars start banging into each other one at a time. If you set it, if it goes off at the rear, then all the slack's yanked out and they
Yeah, you're all
don't bash
stretched.
into each other. And yeah, we've heard it when when they smack the cars into each other down at our yard. We can hear the slack banging in and out as they hit each other. It scares us both half to death when we hear it for the first time, so we're never ready for it. Man, this is so cool to watch. This is the best thing ever.
You're live from your PTC, 19930, over.
I'm really enjoying this. And so with the handbrakes on rail cars, no matter what, if the air system's used or not, is there a way to disable handbrakes, or is there no way to actually do that on the handbrakes on a train car?
Usually the pins come out of the chain.
Uh-huh.
That's how they get disabled and normally it's that's mechanical
Right.
failure somewhere
Uh-huh.
because it's a ball and a ratchet.
Mm-hmm. It's just from what I've heard, and yeah, there was a railroading related movie that I've watched, and I remember hearing one of the guys say, knock off the handbrakes.
Yep.
And that just means to release them.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, because when you leave a car, you got to leave brakes on it.
Right, because it'll move under its own
It
weight.
can move under with the wind blowing it.
Right. And I just remember hearing that from a movie that I've been watching.
Yep.
This is just, I could watch this all day long. This is so cool. It's also nice being able to hear the radio communications too.
It's not looking too bad. I think what I plan on doing is, are you still working at Cody Foster? Where are you at? Are you east of 291 or are you at 292?
Yeah, my camera's got a little bit better zoom than my binoculars that I've noticed.
If you want to stay on this channel, I've got a load of coal trains going to be coming on the run throughs here soon. Once he clears, I'll probably have you line down main track 3, and then we'll get you shut back to the main from there.
Sounds like there's going to be a bunch of coal trains coming through in a minute, from what I heard.
Hey, when they clear Birdwood, call me back.
Oh yeah, they're pushing there's two switchers pushing a lot of cars off the hill right now.
Yeah, I was just noticing that. Can you film that?
Yeah, I got the camera recording, just watching. Yeah, the camera's got a much closer zoom than my binoculars. Ow. Oh my, I can see a huge locomotive move way out on the end of the hump.
Yeah.
Just a huge line of engines.
Wow.
And I think I can see the master control tower. At least one of them. Yeah, but way out I can see a big line of locomotives.
I see some coming inbound. And they look like they're coming inbound. They're about to pass in front of the white and blue tanks.
Yep, I see them out there. That's the one I was tracking a minute ago. I'm just watching them kick one car at a time off the hill. Just throw them down the hill one at a time. It's almost like the guy's got a handful. It's almost like he's got a handful of them and he just chucks them down the hill.
See any more coming? More coming?
I think they're still cutting a bunch.
Okay, Mike, satellite.
the wind again. I'm just watching them kick one car after another down that hill.
Oh, I see them now,
Yep.
yeah. 3 dark cars with white tops.
Over height. Looks like a couple of big high cubes. Actually, those are something else. Those are a different type of car. Those aren't box cars. About 45 minutes left on the battery. It's still charging. Oh, I now just noticed something. I'm surprised I never noticed before. Did you notice how low the ceiling is?
I guess I did.
I didn't notice that until just now. Oh well. It's funny though.
Watching cars go, trains go next to each other in opposite directions.
Yep. Yeah, switching crews are down there. Here's a set of switch engines that are just, I think, disassembling. I think they're dismantling all the cars in that yard out there, getting ready for the outbounds. I have no clue, but that's what it seems like. We got to make sure we come here on a weekend. That's initially what the plan was.
I know, it's interesting, because when I called, she said the week usually is busier, but maybe she didn't know, because probably not one of the people who worked in the yard for 40 years.
No, we know.
It might have just been something recent.
Yeah.
Yeah, next time we come, we'll do it. Either leave early on a Saturday morning or Sunday morning, and come back the same day.
Absolutely amazing. It's 3 o'clock. Yeah, it'll be around 3:30 when this battery goes dead. I still think that, I just think it's insane all like the maintenance equipment that's used on the railroads for maintaining the tracks. I still think the craziest thing I've seen is like the high rail equipment that's like road and rail.
Yeah.
I still think that's nuts. It's probably gotta feel real strange the first time you drive one of those high railers on the track.
Well, you have to be qualified as an engineer,
Really?
because you have to talk to the dispatcher.
Oh yeah.
You have to abide by all the rules.
Mm-hmm.
You can only drive 35.
Really?
Yeah, because if you think, that's a light truck.
Right.
So if you hit some rough track or something, or something's
yeah.
on a crossing, you're going off.
Right. Because like with a locomotive, they're so heavy.
They're heavy enough, you should get through it.
Yeah, and obviously I don't think, as far as I'm concerned, if you're like literally a train won't stop. They'll pretty much vaporize anything that they hit.
Yep.
But with a small pickup truck like a F-150, you go around.
Well, it's going to be flying off the road.
Yeah, you hit
But,
something.
yeah, plus whatever else.
And isn't it with the pickup trucks? Isn't it with on those high railers, the rail wheels just sit on the tracks, and the rubber tires are actually what do the propelling?
Yeah, that's the power.
Right, because the rubber wheels in contact with the railhead, that pushes you forward. The rail wheels just guide you.
Yep.
Now, isn't it with larger pieces of rail gear on some of them, the rail
Like
wheels?
the semis?
Yeah.
No, it's the same way.
Same thing?
But what they do is they actually jack your steering wheels up.
Yeah, and you lock
So
the steering wheel.
it can't, kick you off.
But I've seen it. I would have thought that the actual road wheels weren't in contact, and I thought that the actual rail wheels were powered. Huh. Didn't know that. Never would have guessed.
Well, you don't have any engineers on the engine. That's what I was.
Yeah.
So you got your head's on a swivel all day long,
No kidding.
watching for signals.
Yeah. It's the last thing you want is to be coming up on a signal, you're not paying attention, when all of
No,
a
I
sudden...
mean hand signals.
Oh, hand
You're
signal.
working with guys on the ground.
Oh, geez. Yeah, you don't want to run somebody over.
Right.
That you have some serious explaining to do. Oh man. And the thing I'm always concerned about when it comes to like the radio control for these locomotives is if like you're trying to stop a locomotive and you lose the signal and then the locomotive doesn't want to stop.
Well,
Well,
I
Imagine
don't know if it's a distance or a time deal. Once it drops the signal, it goes so far before it
Right.
shuts off.
Yeah.
But you can do a lot of damage too.
No kidding, because those locomotive, like, how heavy is the average SD40?
200 ton.
Jeez, is that fully loaded with fuel, or is that just empty
Nope,
weight?
that's loaded, ready to go. It's got 32 cubic foot of sand in it,
Wow.
4,000 gallons of fuel.
Holy moly.
Is it because it's not used as much as the track?
Well, it's lighter rail.
Got it.
They run freight at night. They don't run near the length or the weight that we do.
Yeah, it's nowhere close.
And when we go in and do something, it's usually several miles of it that we.
Got
So
it.
you need those type of machines.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah, I think the craziest piece of rail maintenance equipment I've ever seen is the big rail grinders that do the track
Lower
grinding.
end?
Yeah,
Yeah.
those things are nuts. I remember seeing a video somebody did, which I thought was insane. They took a video camera, placed it in between.
So how
That gives you 1,000 gallon reserve in case something happens
Yeah.
between here and there that you gotta set. Be overnight or something like that.
Those get filled by the tank cars? How do you fill those big tanks?
Pipeline.
There's a big,
Pipe- oh,
there's a
pipe.
pipe,
Phillipsburg, Kansas.
the Phillipsburg, Kansas, an 8-inch line that feeds those tanks. That's a lot of fuel.
That is a lot of fuel.
That's
I guess
unbelievable.
it'd have to be pipeline.
Yeah. If you were doing it by tank car,
But we can do it by tank car.
if necessary.
Yeah, we can either fill tank cars or suck them out here.
Yeah. It's a
Wow.
lot of tank cars.
Oh, it makes sense for this facility. This is just absolutely amazing.
And to think, there used to be another yard right down through the middle of it.
Really?
Yep, the original 1948 yard.
That's amazing. So, one thing I'm curious about is with the radio control system, how is that, like, how is that actually set up? Like, if you look at the control panel,
It's right there.
because I get you have the remote, but I'm just curious, like, if you're sitting in the cab, like, what?
You can't sit in the cab. You're not
Okay.
an engineer.
Right.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, like, if you looked at the control panel, what would be different about
Nothing.
it? There's no difference?
It's all internal in a cabinet.
I'm just always amazed how that works. Like, the way I used to think about it is if you could actually be standing in the cab looking at the controls as the guy's out there working the remote, I always thought you could see
No,
that it would
nothing
actually
moves.
move. That's what I used to think, but it makes sense.
I don't think we used to have a photo of the control stand of the third generation diesels, but we don't have it on the wall.
And is it only the SD40s that have the radio control capabilities? Are those the only ones that are able to be done on radio
Oh,
control?
G38s.
Can you not do them on the AC4400s? Is that not
No,
possible?
that's different.
Totally different?
That's DPU, distributed power unit.
Ah,
And that's hooked by computer to the head end. You can't override it
right.
and control it by itself. Normally you just leave it alone and it does whatever you do 3 to 5 seconds later.
Yeah, because isn't it with the two head units on the engine, they're connected physically by communication cables.
Yeah, by the cables.
Yeah, but then when you're looking at like the units in the middle or at the end, they just get their orders through a radio communication.
And that's the reason we have a limitation on how far that middle unit can be.
Right.
It's 8,500 foot
Mm-hmm.
in the winter, 10,000 foot in the summer.
That makes
That's
sense.
a reliable distance that signal goes all the time.
Right.
Now, the reason that's there is so you can talk to a unit on the back
Uh-huh.
or thread.
Right.
So you can build another 10,000 foot between that second.
Yeah,
is so much action. This is incredible. I am absolutely loving this. Yeah, got about an hour left.
And you get all kinds of.
Alrighty, found him.
Of course you did eagle eye.
Yep. Just look for anything that's moving. Yeah,
For a
two.
couple around.
We're humping from the left again. Here come a couple of, they look like propane cars.
One more.
Here come the engines.
Yep.
3 of them.
West end is cold war radio.
What's your TCS number, over?
2597.
2597, make it operative. Watch flies where that signal suspension go over.
Just turning the signal back.
Understand if you're operable, that watch for the signal suspension and we're good to go.
There's a big high rail crane driving around that I'm watching.
Are you taping it?
Yeah, do you see the truck coming down the road out there?
I do.
That's who I'm catching.
Coming straight at us.
Yep. I'm watching him.
I saw one of them go that way when he did it by getting on the rails.
West Hump over.
West receiving 7. Got a crew gonna head there shortly to pull it out. So watch for train ahead and take that and call to west end.
See the, not the track closest to us with the engines on it, the ones, the track behind that.
Yeah?
It's moving. It's coming to the intersection.
Dispatch 339, over. Look for tag number 19987.
I'm watching him.